Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Women's Day 2026, celebrated as part of World Social Work Day Week Month 2026 celebrations. As part of the celebrations, we invite you all to share your thoughts, observations, and presentations on any topics related to girls and women's health, education, employment, rehabilitation, empowerment, achievements, contributions, and any other related topics related to girls and women on the occasion of International Women's Day. And we request those who are willing to make presentations can share their details in the chat box. Your name, designation, occupation, and the title of presentation, along with your email ID and phone number in one single message. As per the message queue order, we'll be inviting one by one, first come, first serve basis. So today, before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. And today, we are celebrating International Women's Day on 8th March, which is commemorated by United Nations and also by various NGOs and communities across the world. So women have only 64% of legal rights that men hold worldwide. If progress continues at its current pace, it will take 286 years to close legal protection gaps. In many countries, the law allows for early and child marriage, which erodes the full potential of about 12 million girls annually. So on March 2026, with the theme Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls, around the world to demand equal rights and equal justice, to enforce, exercise, and enjoy those rights. Nowadays, no nation has closed the legal gaps between men and women. Right now, women has only 64% of the legal rights that men hold worldwide. In fundamental areas of life, including work, money, safety, family, property, mobility, business, and retirement, the law systematically disadvantages women. International Women's Day 2026, IWD, under the theme of Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls, call for action to dismantle all barriers to equal justice, discriminatory laws, weak legal protections, and harmful practices and social norms that erode the rights of women and girls. The world will gather at UN headquarters in New York for the Commission on the Status of Women, in short known as CSW 70, the UN largest annual forum dedicated to gender equality and women's rights. What happens here influences laws, policies, funding, and accountability across countries and generations. This year's focus is clear: rights, justice, and action for all women and girls from 9 to 19th March 2026. When we look at the background of this day or history of Women's Day, International Women's Day is celebrated in many countries around the world. It is a day when women are recognized for their achievements without regard to divisions, whether national, ethnic, linguistic, cultural, economic, or political. So, since those early years, International Women's Day has assumed a new global dimension for women in developed and developing countries alike. The growing international women's movement, which has been strengthened by 4 United Nations Women Conferences, has helped make the commemoration a rallying point to build support for women's rights and participation in the political and economic arenas. Officially recognized by the United Nations in 1977, International Women's Day first emerged from the activities of labor movements at the turn of 20th century in North America and across Europe. From 1848 to 2025, the fact that Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th is strongly linked to the women's movement during the Russian Revolution, 1970. New Zealand was the first self-governing nation to allow women to vote in the first known campaign of its kind. The Egyptian Society of Physicians went against the tradition by declaring the negative effects of female genital mutilation. This was in 1920. So International Women's Day 2026 with the theme Rights, Justice, Action. Women's rights mean nothing if we cannot defend them. International Women's Day 2026 comes at a time when justice systems are under strain, conflict, repression, and political tensions are weakening the rule of law. The result: women and girls have just 64% of the legal rights of men. Women are turned away, not believed, re-victimized, or priced out of legal support. Equality never arrives. Women and girls are living without full legal protection. 54% of the countries lack consent-based definitions of rape. 44% of countries do not have laws that guarantee equal pay for work of equal value. Nearly 3 in 4 countries still permit child marriage, cutting short childhood's education and futures. So when justice fails, women pay the price. Justice is not blind. It protects power and continues to rule against women and girls. Nearly 70% of the surveyed countries, women face more barriers accessing justice than men. Can't afford a lawyer, justice denied. Legal fees, transportation, childcare, lost wages keep millions of women locked out of justice systems. Want to report an injustice? Be prepared to be ignored, disbelieved, or worse, blamed and silenced. For the 676 million women and girls living with 50 kilometers of active conflict zones. Justice systems are largely absent and perpetrators act with impunity. What justice actually means for women and girls. Without justice, rights are just words. With justice, rights become power. So, laws that protect women and girls from violence, discrimination, and exploitation, courts that believe all women and girls and impunity, legal aid that women and girls can access, effort, support to recover when rights are violated. So, justice doesn't just happen, it is built and must be funded. Join and support UN Women as we continue to stand with the women's movements worldwide and work with governments that choose equality. That is what you can do for rights, justice, action. So there is a simple guide or often misunderstood topic of feminism. So let's learn about women's fight for equality and what it means for feminist movements. Feminism has no official rule book, no hierarchy, or no governing body or formal meetings. Feminism is a movement that takes different shapes on path towards gender equality. It is shaped by people like you and by women's rights advocates over many generations and by the context we are living in. In fact, some refer to it as feminisms. Feminism with endless evolutions have one goal, pushing societies forwards, equality for all women and girls, and in turn, shaping a more equal world for everyone. Feminism is the belief that everyone, regardless of gender, should have equal rights and opportunities. It really is that simple. For all the different types of feminist theories and practices, for all the different schools of political, economic, and social thought, the grounding principle of feminism is equality. And in today's intersectional feminism, we mean equality for everyone, regardless of gender, identity, sexuality, race, class, or ethnicity. A feminist is someone who holds and acts on a simple belief that all women and girls should have equal rights and the same opportunities as men, and anyone can be a feminist. People might also have different reasons for being or becoming a feminist. It's never too late. Like any label, some people proudly proclaim themselves as feminist, while others might hold feminist values but choose not to use the label. And contrary to the stereotypes, hating men does not make someone a feminist. It's important to engage young people, particularly boys, to really champion feminist leadership and to fight for gender equality and the realization of full human rights. To use feminist perspective or lens is to approach an issue, any issue, in a way that considers gender dynamics at play in women's lives, like social, political, and economic interactions that tend to favor men over women. It asks how do we address those power dynamics to bring more equal rights and opportunities for women and girls. Why take a feminist lens? Because historical and presently, the rules and norms of many societies have been formed and enforced for men by men. That patriarchy and it feels gender inequality. Men's perspectives, needs, and preferences shape many of the systems, laws, and rules, formal and informal, that govern our lives. The way medical research is conducted around the male averages, how AI has trained on data sets with gender bias, how care work and other feminine jobs are paid less or not at all. These unequal power dynamics tip the scales in favor of men and boys, A feminist approach looks at who has power and who doesn't, and why. So, intergenerational dialogue and exchanges of learning, understanding, and feminist solidarity enable us to collectively challenge patriarchy, to know our collective history, and move forward. So, what does feminism look like in practice? To put feminism into practice first means including women and girls in decision making, empowering them to lead on matters that impact them. In fact, many women's movements have grown from the denial of women's independence, including the suffrage movement. Take care work, the people who care for the need of others, for children and elders in households and communities, hold our societies and economies together to the benefit of everyone. To look at the care work with a feminist lens is to see how most of these responsibilities are given to women and girls, often unpaid, and sometimes at the expense of other personal and professional opportunities. To put feminism into practice, for example, is to recognize the value of care work, 40% of the GDP in some countries, and to ensure these women have influence on related government and employer policies. In other words, using a feminist lens ensures policies consider the needs of all genders equally. Women march forward for equal rights. For centuries, women have fought for equal rights, opportunities, and freedom. From the suffragists to digital activists, each generation has published and pushed boundaries, shattered barriers, and refused to step back. For centuries, women who have fought for equal rights, opportunities, and freedom. From the suffragists to digital activities, each generation has pushed boundaries, shattered barriers, and refused to step back. Behind every policy change and legal victory, there have been fearless feminists organizing protests and demanding action. The world today is more equal for women and girls than ever before, but protest and progress is still slow, too fragile, too slow, and too uneven. Every 10 minutes, a woman is murdered by someone in her own family. Women's representation in the labor force has remained unchanged for decades. Women and girls contribute the least to climate change and yet suffer the world consequences. At this place, a girl born today will be 40 years old before women hold as many seats in the parliament as men. In 1995, world leaders committed to gender equality with the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, a groundbreaking plan that set bold goals for women's rights. 2 decades later, the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) reinforce that commitment with a looming 2030 deadline. We cannot afford any setbacks. We cannot wait another 30 years to fulfill the pledge for equality. On 8th March, International Women's Day, we march forward for all women and girls. In 1848, the movement to claim women's rights takes off at the Seneca Falls Convention in New York. Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott demand civil, social, and political rights for women. It's a gender equality milestone when they declare we hold these truths to be self-evident and that all men and women are equal. In 1851, Sojourner Truth demands inclusion. A formerly enslaved woman delivers her powerful speech. Ain't I a woman? She goes down in the history of testifying firsthand to how women may experience gender discrimination differently. In 1893, women in New Zealand trigger a global quest to vote. New Zealand becomes the first country to grant women the right to vote. It inspires a global suffrage movement, advancing women's rights and paving the way for more just and democratic societies for everyone. In 1911, a million people marked the first International Women's Day. On March 8th, across Europe, over 1 million people marked the first International Women's Day by protesting for women's suffrage and labor rights. In 1929, Nigerian women rioted for tax relief. Thousands of Igbo women rise up against colonial rule by singing, dancing, banging on their walls, and even tearing down roofs. Their actions force authorities to end unfair market taxes. In 1945, Irish laundress work hard, strike hard, tired of unhealthy work conditions, low wages and limited leave. Around 1,500 unionized laundresses go on strike. Commercial laundries get hit and the strike ends in victory for all Irish workers who gain a stationary second week of annual holidays. In 1945, the United Nations is born with a demand for equality. During the founding of the United Nations, the World War II women delegates pushed to enshrine gender equality in the founding charter, which recognizes the equal rights of men and women. At the inaugural session of UN General Assembly, Eleanor Roosevelt famously reads an open letter to the women of the world, urging increased involvement of women in national and international affairs. In 1946, the UN Commission on the Status of Women is born. One of the first steps of the new United Nations is to form the Commission on the Status of Women, the first global intergovernmental body entirely dedicated to gender equality. It's still in 1948, the first in human history, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The declaration famously states that fundamental rights belong to everyone, including all women and girls. It marks the beginning of activism calling upon duty bearers for upholding agreed human rights standards, and ending all forms of discrimination. The unforgettable butterflies of the Dominican Republic. Three sisters, Minerva, Marla Teresa, and Petria Mirabal, also known as the Las Mariposas, the butterflies, lead an underground resistance against the dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo. Their assassination prompts public outcry and the dictatorship fades within a year in 1960s. In 1970s, Women United, the first World Conference on Women, held in Mexico. The conference is a galvanizing moment, linking women's movements from around the world and ramping up global discourse on women's rights. 1970 also marks the first International Women's Year and the first UN Decade for Women. In 1972, unpaid care work gets political. Feminists launched the International Wages of Housework campaign, pushing for the recognition of women's unpaid care work. Activists argue that women's domestic and care work should be rewarded like any other job with a paid salary. In 1975, in Ireland, women take a day off when 90% of the women refuse to work, cook, or care for children for a day. The country comes to halt. Major reforms ensue, including paid parental leave and increased women's political participation. In 1979, CEDAW becomes the Women's Bill of Rights pushed by the increasingly global women's movement. The United Nations General Assembly established in 1981 a global cry to end violence against women, honoring the Mirabal sisters. Activists from Latin America and Caribbean declared 25th November a day to call for ending violence against women. In 1998, United Nations formally designates it as the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. In 1991, 16 days of grassroots activism to end gender-based violence goes global. What starts as a grassroots initiative in 1991 is now also one of the most widespread penguins are. In 1994, the Cairo Program of Action, Our Bodies, Our Choices, feminist activists successfully pressed for governments to agree to end coercive population targets such as sterilizations and restrictive birth quotas at the International Conference on Population and Development. Its historic recognition of sexual reproductive health and reproductive health remains a touchstone today. In 1995, the Beijing Platform for Action maps a plan for gender equality. The Fourth World Conference on Women produces the most ambitious blueprint ever to achieve equal rights of all women and girls, outlining 12 critical areas of action. In 2000, first UN Security Council resolution on women, peace and security for the first time. In resolution 1325, the United Nations formally recognizes that war impacts women differently. It calls for women meaningful participation and leadership in peace and security efforts. In 2003, a mass action for peace ends Liberia's civil war. Liberian women refused to endure another moment for a 14-year civil war. They used sex, rights, and slid into a press of peace. Liberian women refused to endure another moment of a 14-year civil war. They used sex strikes and sit-ins to press for successful peace talks. Not only does the war end, but Liberia elects Africa's first woman head of the state, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. In 2010, UN Women becomes the global champion for gender equality. UN Women's creation for 4 separate UN bodies gives the United Nations a strong, unified voice for all, women and girls. UN Women advances the international standards, coordinates with the entire United Nations system on gender equality and takes actions transforming the lives of women and girls everywhere. In 2013, Malala Yousafzai wakes up the world after surviving a brutal attack in Pakistan. Schoolgirl and education activist Malala Yousafzai makes her 16th birthday by bringing their passion for education for all to her first public appearance in the US. In 2015, gender equality is placed at the heart of the SDGs. World leaders agree on a plan for global progress through 2030. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the fifth goal, is to achieve gender equality, which also underpins the success of all others, from the economy to food security, health, climate action, peace, and more. In 2017, Me Too breaks the silence on violence. Women around the world take to social media and then the courts to expose patterns of abusive social across industries and sectors and demand accountability. Numerous mass uprisings protest the gang rape of a student in India, femicides across Latin America, and the kidnapping of almost 280 schoolgirls. Nature. 'Equal pay for equal play' in 2022. The US national soccer team finally secures pay parity after a long legal battle, adding to a series of moves to rectify pay disparities in sports globally. Until they do, two 2023, AI enters the mainstream, so do calls to correct its biases. Excitement about the potential of AI is overshadowed by the gender biases. AI experts AI experts and human rights leaders begin arguing greater awareness and action to counter bias so that the technologies benefit all and do not perpetuate. Excitement about the potential of AI is overshadowed by its gender biases. AI experts and human rights leaders begin arguing greater awareness action to counter bias so that technologies benefit all and do not perpetuate gender discrimination and violence. In 2024, shame must switch sides when Dominic Pellicot from France is convicted of drugging and raping his wife over 9 years. Gisli Pellicot makes history in 2024 when Dominic Pellicot from France is convicted of drugging and raping his wife over 9 years. Giselle Pellicot makes history by refusing anonymity. It's not bravery, she says, it is will and determination to change the society. Her boldness sparks a global call to shift the shame from survivors to perpetrators. In 2025, France would adopt a landmark content-based rape law. In 2025, the G20 Women Shutdown seizes the global spotlight. Thousands of protesters converged in Johannesburg, South Africa, ahead of the G20 summit, singing songs and marking a powerful moment of silence to put global spotlight on the global femicide crisis. In response to the public outcry, including 1 million petition signatures, the government declared gender-based violence a national disaster. In 2026, digital abusers are forced out of shadows as women's rights and organizations around and sound the alarm over the new frontiers of technology, facilitated violence, including AI generation deepfakes, cyberstalking, and grooming. Some countries are shifting away from reliance on self-regulation and towards accountability and legal frameworks. From Mexico to Moldova, lawmakers are criminalizing digital violence, and expanding access to justice. So deepfake sexual images now make up the vast majority of all deepfake content online, and almost all depict women. The numbers are stark. 98% of all online deepfake videos are made with non-consensual pornographic images, often referred as deepfake nudes or fake nude images. She woke up to the messages flooding her phone. Doctored images of her sexualized viral had spread while she slept. Whispered, followed her offline. Online, the abused imploded, unchecked, comments, ridicule, shares, screenshots. She had never consented to any of it. They hadn't stopped anyone. Within minutes, thousands had seen the content. Within hours, millions. The nightmare had only begun. Days passed before platforms responded. By then, the images had been seen, saved, and replicated. She was left asking, who do I report this to? Will anyone believe me? Will the people who did this ever face consequences? Or will blame on land on me? So this is the reality for thousands of women and girls every single day. AI deepfakes are destroying real lives, and justice remains out of reach for most survivors. Her story could be yours. So deepfakes are AI manipulated images, audio, or videos that make it appear someone said or did something they never did. The technology itself isn't new, but it is weaponization. Its weaponization against women and girls is a newer phenomenon and is accelerating fast. A 2023 report showed that deepfake pornography made up to 98% of all deepfake videos online, and 99% depicted women. Deepfake videos were an estimated 550% more prevalent in 2023 than in 2019, and the tools to create them are widely available, usually free. Once posted, AI-generated content can be replicated endlessly, saved to private devices, and shared across platforms, making it nearly impossible to fully remove. In a recent high-profile case, UK journalist Daisy Dixon discovered AI-generated sexualized images of herself on X in December 2025, created using platform's own Grok AI tool. It took days for the platform to geo-block the function while the abuse kept spreading. Deepfake abuse can serve as online catalyst for so-called honor-based crimes in certain cultural contexts where perceived breach of honor norms on digital platforms can result in extreme physical violence against women or even death. According to a recent research, more than half of the deepfake victims in the USA contemplated suicide. This is not a niche internet problem. It's a global crisis. The impunity crisis, why deepfake creators rarely face justice. Despite the scale of harm, prosecutors are rare, platforms routinely fail to act, and survivors are often re traumatized when they try to seek help. Here's why the accountability gap is so wide and so gendered. The law hasn't caught up. Less than half of the countries have laws that address online abuse. Even fewer have legislation that specifically covers AI generated deepfake content. Most revenge porn or image based abuse laws were written before deepfakes existed, leaving gapping loopholes that perpetrators walk straight through. In many countries, deepfake porn or AI generated nude images fall into legal gray areas, leaving survivors unsure whether the abuse is even illegal and whether perpetrators can be prosecuted. A handful of jurisdictions are starting to act. The EU AI Act, for example, imposes transparency obligations around deepfakes. The Take It Down Act in the USA explicitly covers AI generated intimate imagery and requires platform removal with 48 hours, but such laws remain rare. In April 2025, Brazil amended its criminal code, increasing penalty for causing psychological violence against women using AI or other technology to alter their image or voice. The United Kingdom's Online Safety Act prohibits sharing digitally manipulated explicit images but does not address the creation of deepfakes and may not apply where the intent to cause distress. In April 2025, Brazil amended its criminal code, increasing penalty for causing psychological violence against women using AI or other technology to alter their image or voice. The United Kingdom's Online Safety Act prohibits sharing digitally manipulated explicit images, but does not address the creation of deepfakes and many may not apply, where intent to cause distress cannot be proven. Ambiguity in law and the lack of focus on consent give perpetrators room to escape consequences even where some framework exists. Enforcement is lagging behind. Even when laws exist, enforcement frequently fails. Investigators need digital forensics expertise, cross border coordination, and platform cooperation to build a case, and most justice systems don't have adequate resources for any of these. Evidence disappears fast as the content spreads and copies multiply. Perpetrators hide behind anonymity or operate across jurisdictions. Platforms are slow or unwilling to share data with law enforcement, especially in cross border cases. Digital forensics backlogs means cases stall, cases stall before they even get started. The result is a justice system that is often under resourced, fragmented, and structurally unable to keep pace with the spread of the technology, while the harms it fails to address are overwhelmingly experienced by women and girls. Survivors are also silenced before they even report. Underreporting is one of the biggest barriers to accountability, and it's not hard to understand why survivors stay silent. For women survivors, reporting deepfake abuse means showing their artificially For women survivors, reporting deepfake abuse means showing their artificially sexualized images to police officers, lawyers, and platform moderators. It means having their names on official records, risking media attention, and potentially facing defamation lawsuits from the very people who abuse them. It also means navigating a justice system that routinely questions women's credibility in court, victim blaming, scrutinizing their past relationships and behaviors, and reflecting the persistent misconduct. Many survivors choose instead to block, withdraw, and try to survive because taking down the content and protecting themselves is urgent, but that lets perpetrators off the hook. Platforms are failing survivors. Tech platforms have long hidden behind intermediary status to avoid responsibility for user generated content. In practice, this means platforms that are slow to remove abusive content, have opaque and inconsistent reporting process, give automated rejection of takedown requests, and little no cooperation with law enforcement. The removal burden placed on survivors is cruelly unrealistic. They are expected to track down every copy of their non-consensual intimate images across the multiple platforms and keep reporting them. Meanwhile, the content keeps spreading. So, seeking justice, finding more harm, why survivors don't report, and what happens when they do. For survivors who do come forward, the justice system often becomes another source of trauma. They are asked repeatedly to view and describe abusive content. With police, lawyers, platform moderators, they face questions like, are you sure it's not real? Or did you share intimate images before? If a case reaches court, their clothing, relationships, and past behaviors go under the microscope, not the perpetrators. And the harm doesn't stay online. In a women's survey, in a UN women survey, 41% of women in public life who experience digital violence also reported facing on offline attacks or harassment linked to it. Deepfake abuse bleeds into every corner of a survivor's life. Reimagine. Reimagining justice, what survivors actually need. Survivors of deepfake abuse aren't asking for sympathy. They are asking for a system that delivers justice and prevents abuse. That means being delivered. It means having access to justice that delivers real consequences for perpetrators. It means support to recover from harm that is real, lasting, and devastating. And it means platforms and governments that act to prevent future abuse, not just respond after the damage is done. From crisis to action, what must happen now? Deepfake abuse is human made, generated by AI tools to the request of humans. It is neither inevitable nor unstoppable. But stopping it requires urgent, coordinated action from governments, institutions, and tech platforms. Here's what needs to happen. Laws that actually cover deepfake abuse. Governments must pass legislation with clear definitions of AI generated abuse and focusing on consent, strict liability for perpetrators, fast track removal obligation for platforms, and cross border enforcement protocols because abuse doesn't respect national borders. Justice system that can investigate and prosecute. Law enforcement needs training, resources, and dedicated capacity to collect and preserve digital evidence. Digital forensics backlogs must be addressed, and the international cooperation frameworks must be fast, functional, and fit for the purpose. Platforms held accountable. Tech companies must be legally required to proactively monitor for and remove abusive content within mandatory timelines. Cooperate with the law enforcement and face real financial consequences when they fail to act. Self-regulation has not worked. Real support for survivors, trained trauma-informed law enforcement and legal professionals, and free legal aid so that reporting process do not re-victimize the people they are meant to help. And accessing justice doesn't become impossibly costly. A well-coordinated justice system where different actors connect survivors with the services they need. Education that prevents abuse, digital literacy, including consent education, online safety, and what to do when experiencing abuse needs to be start young and reach everyone. Prevention is as important as prosecution. Deepfake abuse is a sharp edge of a much broader pattern of digital violence targeting women and girls. It is escalating. It is gendered, and right now, the systems designed to protect people are failing, while the tools to cause harm become cheaper, faster, and easier to use every day. That has to change, and it has to change now. So, collaboration is key to advancing gender equality. Collective action and shared ownership for driving gender parity is what makes International Women's Day impactful. So, with this, now we are opening forum for everyone for your valuable observations and talks and presentations. So we request those who are interested to make presentations or talk or speak to share your details to the co-host with your details so that we can invite you. You can share your topic, name, designation, occupation, and the place from which you are joining so that we can invite you one by one. Then, in the meanwhile, the attendance form is active. We request everyone to quickly submit your details, all the details through attendance form to mark your attendance, which is mandatory for getting your e-certificate. The data is used for generating e-certificate. So be careful while entering the data and ensure that all the details are entered properly. So our first speaker or presenter for the day, as per the message request list, we request all to share your details in chat box. We'll be calling you one by one. We have Mr. Pradeep. Yeah, Pradeep, you can unmute yourself, start your video and presentation. So briefly introduce yourself and then followed by your presentation and then conclusion. And in the meanwhile, others also share your details in chat box so that we can invite you for presentation. Mr. Pradeep, can you hear me? Okay, we will move with the next presenter. Kindly leave your topic, name, along with your designation, organization, the place from where you are joining. Kindly wait for your turn and stay until your presentation is completed. Swapnil, are you there? You can raise your hand. Yeah, Pradeep or anyone else? All the
Hello,
present.
Ravindra sir.
Yeah, good evening. So all,
Very sorry for the
yeah,
actually the network glitch, sir. And now I'm ready, sir.
okay. Just before you start, we'll give the instructions to everyone once again. So all the
Sure, sir.
presenters who are or speakers who would like to share your thoughts or topics, kindly share your details in the chat box to the co-host so that we can call you one by one, and others be ready. And once the presentation is done, you can raise your hand so that after leaving your message in the chat box, we'll be inviting you one by one. So we welcome Mr. Pradeep, who is a animal advocate and also animal rights, animal welfare activist, and also he is dedicated, compassionate person working towards sustainable development and animal welfare and also financial consultant. So he would be presenting the role of women, girls and women in animal welfare and related topics. Over to you, Pradeep, for your presentation.
Thank you, Ravindra sir, for your wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome you all to this international webinar on uh, World Women's Day. So, myself, I'm Pradeep, and I have been in the field of animal welfare for close to 8 years and working into a wide variety of domains. This includes rescuing, rescue, awareness, and advocacy. So, today I'm going to present about the role of women in animal welfare. So, why I've chosen this topic is women naturally have empathy and compassion towards fellow beings and also towards voiceless animals. Uh, when we talk about women today, we have seen what where everywhere women uh, takes a stand in various disciples that includes education, entrepreneurship, also medical, healthcare, and defense, research and innovation. You name it, everything. Women are doing a wonderful job, tremendous job, um, and also taking a pride for our country. So, as I told you about the topic, role of women in animal welfare. So, the three main qualities why women were so inclined to animals is compassion, empathy, and also courage to speak about the voiceless animals. Nowadays, we talk about various things like climate change and also gender equality. We at the same various societal problems. Very few talk about animal welfare. Very few think about the voiceless animals. And very fortunate nowadays, women are also coming up and speaking towards the vulnerable sections of the community, that is voiceless animals. Across communities today, women dedicate the time to help animals in many ways. That includes rescuing injured animals, feeding the strays. Many of the community people, especially we call them as community feeders. So they take a lot of responsibility in feeding the animals, taking care of them. Like if they are injured, they take to the nearby veterinary hospital or take the help of the animal welfare organizations or few compassionate people, rescuers, to make sure them the animals are safe. And at the same time, they also take the part of community sterilization. It's not about feeding animals, they're also taking their responsibility of sterilizing them, vaccinate them so that they can be prevented about various diseases. And today, women are also taking a leadership in running the many organizations. So where the leadership roles have been taken place, they also running the animal shelters, so especially uh, the care about the injured animals. One such organization is People for Animals, which is run by Srimati Menaka Sanjay Gandhi, and other few other organizations like few international organizations, Human Animal Society, and many other organizations in India. So they actually work on the ground level and also work towards a policy change. And apart from that, women also fight towards the cruelty towards animals. So they educate the society about the kindness we need to show towards animals. Kindness is already there from very ages. We talk about our forefathers' time and all. We actually raise cattle and I mean, they take care them as a family member. They provide the fodder, and at the same time, whenever the food is left, we give it to the dogs or any other cats and come to the home. So now, what was lacking is empathy. So now that the gap has been that gap, whatever the gap is there, women are coming forward to fulfill the gap by educating the society, especially the children and educational institutions, about the kindness towards animals and responsible pet care, importance of living in harmony with all the living beings. Women are strong advocates. They raise the voice against animal abuse and support sterilization, community sterilization program, as I mentioned about community feeders. So many of them, they take their own expenses and they put their own expenses to sterilize the dogs. And many other public policies we have been seeing. We have the beautiful amendment of the act called the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960, which was amended as a private member parliament, which was enacted by the in the member of the parliament. So which was introduced by the bill by Sri none other than Sri Rukmini Dev Arundel. She was a classical dancer and also avid uh, flair compassion towards animals. She was the first woman member in the parliament to introduce the bill, and also many after that, many other such legislations has been taken, many other bills has been introduced, and laudable personalities like Srimati Menka Sanjay Gandhi and few other personalities are also working towards the welfare of the animals. And a lot of scope is there in the field of animal welfare, being in the companion animals, you name it, companion animals, wildlife, or advocacy, taking part of the advocacy, and policy change. You want to bring a change in the life of animals. This is the uh, best place you can bring a transformative change for the life of animals. And women in the field of animal welfare, they perform various roles, being um, an animal being an animal activist, and also uh, a founder for the animal welfare organization, a veterinarian who treats and treats their animals, and also uh, cruelty response, who advocates for the, who talks about the animal abuse and who also files the cases in the with the help of the law enforcement. And you can also be an advocate who can file in the cases in the court, bring the justice for the life of animals. And if you talk about wildlife, there is a lot of research. You can be a conservationist, uh, where we can talk about species conservation, and also a lot of scope is being there. And by even the wildlife photography, we can see many women, young women, uh, budding young women. They also be taking part in the wildlife conservation, and policy change, which is one of the aspect which actually brings a transformative change in the life of our animals. And there are many such scope and role where a human can perform. And today, being in the International Women's Day, the efforts made by this uh, made by women reminds us compassion society is one that cares for its most vulnerable beings. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate and support all the women who are tirelessly working, making the world safer for everyone. That includes animals. Thank you, Ravindra sir, for this wonderful opportunity, and thanks a lot, everyone, uh, for so patiently listening to me. And once again, wishing you everyone International Women's Day. Thank you. Over to you, Ravindra sir.
Thank you, Pradeep, for your wonderful reflections on the role of women. in animal welfare, and hope we can take a lot of insights from this session that we all needs to contribute to the sustainable development, and every aspect of sustainable development needs to be addressed and looked upon, including animals, plants, nature, ecosystems, and all. So women can definitely play a better role, in addressing these issues. So definitely your insights have valuable contributions on this occasion. And we wish you all the success for your future endeavors.
Thanks a lot, Ravindra sir.
Thank you. So with this, we shall move on to the next presenter. We request everyone to fill the attendance form and mark your attendance. So if there are no further presentations, we'll be closing the session now. So we are there for another 5 minutes to mark your attendance. And those who are willing to make presentations and those who have missed it today can register for the upcoming International Conference and World Social Work Day celebrations, where you can also register as a participant, presenter, and collaborator. And we invite you all to be the part of World Social Work Day celebrations in this month for multiple days. And as per your convenience, you can register yourself and report yourself in the sessions and send your details in the chat box. Daily, we will be inviting you as per the request received one by one till the last presenter is available. You should share your details in the chat box so that we can invite you along with the topic or title of presentation, your name, designation, occupation and place, and your contact details in a single message to co-host so that we can invite you for presentations. So we once again wishing you all, the participants, happy International Women's Day. The attendance link has been shared in the form of polls. You can access it in the polls quizzes menu. Till now, 28 participants have filled the attendance form and marked their attendance. Those who have already marked, no need to mark again. You can only fill it once. Those who have not marked your attendance can mark your attendance by filling and submitting all the details. Yeah, Alugu Meenal. Do you have PPT or you are presenting orally?
I am presenting orally, sir.
Orally?
Yes.
Acha, you can if possible, you can switch on your.
Can I start now, sir?
And video, you can switch on your video.
I'm sorry, sir.
Acha, it's okay. You can start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I would like to wish you all a very happy International Women's Day. Hi, I'm Dr. Minal, working as the head of the PG Department of English in Dr. Umayal Ramanathan College for Women. It's my pleasure to share a few thoughts on women's achievements on the special occasion of International Women's Day. Thank you, sir, for giving a complete description about the women in the worldwide. My topic is about from strength to success, celebrating women's achievement. Today we celebrate something truly special, the strength, courage, and achievements of women. A woman is not just a part of society, she is the foundation of life itself. She is a mother who nurtures, a leader who guides, a dreamer who inspires, and a warrior who overcomes challenges with grace and determination. Indeed, a woman is one of the most wonderful beings created in this universe, capable of turning struggles into success and dreams into reality. From homes to boardrooms, from classrooms to space missions, women have proved that their potential is limitless. Their achievements remind us that when women rise, society progress and the world become a better place. Today, as we celebrate this meaningful day, I would like to share a few thoughts on incredible achievements of women and the power they hold to transform the world. When we speak about women's achievements, many inspiring names comes to our mind. One such remarkable woman is Kalpana Chawla, the first woman of Indian origin to travel to space. Her journey from a small town in India to the vast universe teaches us that dreams have no limits when determination is strong. Another inspiring example is Mary Kom, the legendary Indian boxer. Despite many challenges, she proved to the world that courage and hard work can lead to extraordinary success. She balanced her role as a mother and an international athlete, showing that women can excel in multiple roles. As Ravindra said, we also remember the powerful voice of Malala, who stood bravely for girls' education even after facing life threatening challenges. She continued her mission to ensure that every girl has rights to education. These women remind us that achievement is not about the absence of challenges, but about the courage to overcome them. But women's achievements are not limited to famous personalities alone. Every day we see women around us who inspires us, mother who nurtures families, teachers who shape the future of the students, and professionals who contribute to society with dedication and passion. Women today are not only participants in progress, but they are the leaders of change. They are proving that strength, intelligence, compassion, and determination can transform the world. By speaking about women's achievement, I would like to share personal reflection.
Yeah, Dr. Alagu.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yes, sir.
disconnected, I think.
Uh,
Yeah, you
while
can.
speak, yeah, thank you, sir. Okay. While speaking about women's achievement, I would like to share a personal reflection from my own writing journey. Recently, I had an opportunity to contribute an anthology titled Scars That Don't Bleed. In my writing, I tried to portray the strength of women and silent struggles they often carry within themselves. The title itself reminds us that many women bear scars that may not be visible to the world. Yet those experiences shape their courage and resilience. Through this work, I expressed a simple but powerful belief: a woman is not only a survivor. Am I audible? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Sir? Through this work, I express a simple but a powerful belief. A woman is not only a survivor, but also an achiever and a deserving individual in every aspect of life. Women deserve equal opportunities, respect, recognition, and the freedom to pursue their dreams. When women are given the praise to grow, they do not just succeed individually, but instead they uplift families, communities, and society as a whole. Therefore, celebrating women's achievement means acknowledging their strength, their sacrifice, and the limitless potential. On this meaningful occasion of International Women's Day, let us recognize the silent strength of women and continue to support the journey towards success and dignity. Because Sir, sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. I think there is some network issue. You are getting.
Yeah, there's some problem, sir. Before I conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Ravindra sir, the coordinator of this wonderful program. I truly appreciate the institution's initiative in creating a platform where individuals from different streams can come together and share their ideas. It is especially commendable that their opportunity has been extended to everyone without any age limit, encouraging voices from diverse experiences and backgrounds. Such inclusive initiatives truly empower people to express, learn, and grow together. Once again, I express my heartfelt thanks to organizers for giving us this meaningful opportunity to celebrate and reflect on the achievement of women. Thank you all for your patient listening, and once again, happy International Women's Day to everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Alagumina, for your insightful session on women's achievements. So, and also for your kind words, as you have rightly articulated. No, women are contributing day in, day out, and they are part of our lives, and they are
Definitely.
a true, representation or of
Yes.
life, basically nature.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
both are equally important. Nature has bestowed us with both genders, and we have to be
Genders, yes.
complementary to each other. And we should support each other because half of the
Definitely.
population needs to be empowered. And it's not that
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not a one day, celebration. The celebration has to be
Definitely.
continuous every day, where we all
Every day.
embrace,
Yeah.
the joy of living together, supporting each other, mentoring,
Each other.
so that
Yes, yes.
we empower
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all the citizens of the planet as a whole. So thank you for your kind words and
Definitely.
presentations. We wish you all the success, and
Thank you.
in spite of network issues, you have been,
Yeah.
continuously trying to, reconnect, and your resilience also, in spite of these,
Thank you, sir.
this, little bit technical difficulties. That shows how,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes, sir.
committed you are.
Yes, sir.
So thank you,
Yes,
ma'am,
sir.
once again, and we wish you
It
all the.
shows that the women has the resilience.
Yeah, yeah. That is the greatest, uh, characteristics, especially characteristics feature and a personality feature trait of
Yes.
women.
Yeah.
They have these
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
qualities,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and only for them it is possible. The kind of commitment, dedication, the
Definitely.
persistence they show in taking up
Yeah.
activities,
Yes.
as you rightly mentioned. In day-to-day tasks also, it's not easy affair to manage things,
Yeah.
people all at a time.
Yes,
So
sir.
multitasking. So it's a wonderful uh, to hear to you, ma'am. And there is also upcoming international
Thank you, sir.
conference that is happening. You also register for that,
Okay, sir.
and you can also,
Sure.
comment on
Sure.
that occasion as well.
Okay.
And a happy
Okay,
Women's Day.
okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So we will move on to our next presenter. So whoever, you can share your wishes or anything. This platform is open for everyone today. Who would like to share your observations, feedback, or your comments, anything positive towards, girls and women's empowerment. So we have Manoj More. You haven't shared your details, Manoj. Yeah, Manoj More. If possible, you can switch on your video. Otherwise, you can continue. Can you hear me? Manoj More. You're unmuted. Okay, kindly check your audio. Use this OnePlus. Yeah, OnePlus.
Yeah, this is Prabhakar.
Yeah, Mr.
Can you
Prabha.
hear me? I'm audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You have something to share?
Yeah. Register just now I've seen a message in a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Really, I don't for that. So though I want to wish a happy International Women's Day. The eve of this day, you took a good initiation, but I think it's a limited platform, but we have to extend this platform with all another groups also, I think. On this day, the theme of this year, declared that is get to gain, rights, justice, action. So this is related to present days. I'm speaking from Telangana, especially by seeing this. One, I'm very unhappy this celebrations. Why? Because there is a long fight before this, the celebration of this, and also this is for achieve the so many rights of women. But nowadays, if we see the educated women also not getting empowered, they empower their financial status, but they are not getting the freeness or freedom or justice and all rights till today also after completion of 76 years of freedom also. So recently, all the things are different. Recently, if you see in Hyderabad, one software employee, the woman, is suicided because of the superstition. The man who said you will die after 10 days, the astrologist. So the software employee, she doesn't know whether it happens or not. But that fellow terrified and she died because of his warnings. Like that, though there is empowerment of this financial status, but mentally there's a suffering with so many problems. We see in our Telangana, there's so many atrocities are going on. If some are discussing that way because of their wearing of dresses like that, but actually there is a drug consumption is there, and also there is another ugly abusing culture is viraling in that reels, and all these are cause of that atrocities on women and especially the girls. So on these issues, these forums like yours should concentrate and educate the society, or else we cannot save the girl child. Like that, you have to plan the programs, I think, in future. So I want to, we are doing as a teachers, we are educating the students on these issues, but this only we permitted to speak in that classrooms only. But wider areas we have to speak, we have to debate all these issues which are against the woman and the culture. That's, I think, these are my opinions on it. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. If there is a choice, I will participate in another meeting. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts. For your information, this is an international platform, and we have been organizing since many years, every day, starting from 6 o'clock. We have sessions every day, and every day, anyone who can, with prior information, can register themselves and can make presentations. There is no limitation to number of presentations or what kind of presentation one can choose. So even we invite everyone, whoever is interested to share their knowledge, you can come forward and you can contribute on this platform. And it is, yes, definitely so many things are happening across the world. And whenever we receive some information, the least thing we can do is, pass on the information to others. Actually, many times we see, we all are working, and at the same time we are contributing as volunteers, and there, we all have limited resources. So every day we have this platform which is being run, and this is the largest platform where, we have everyday sessions are happening, and it is one of its own kind. It is entirely free, we don't charge, because we truly believe in inclusivity, accessibility, affordability. So there is no registration fees for anything, as long as you are following the terms and conditions and rules and regulations, and maintaining the dignity of this platform. Anything can be discussed, and the change should begin with us. Like, lot of things are happening. Who is committing them? We ourselves, one among us, on the global citizens, the citizens on the planet, we ourselves are committing them. And we ourselves are becoming victims. We ourselves are becoming the perpetrators. So the consciousness, because all are equal and all have the equal rights. And, everyone should be respected and treated with dignity and not, uh, the planet has everything for our needs, not for our greeds. So we should not be very selfish, getting into greed and for our own selfish benefits, taking toll on others' health, well-being, like you rightly pointed out, this substance abuse in the form of smoking, drinking, all these habits, and also drugs. All these are, they do not provide any benefit at all for the health or well-being. But because of media and we also can call them as social evils. Now we see how much alcohol is consumed every day, and there is no single benefit from alcohol. And you see how many cigarettes are smoked on a day, particular day, or in an hour. You see a lot of pollution, toxins are released into the environment, and it creates huge pollution. And alcohol is largest killer in the world as per World Health Organization. And smoking, it causes pollution and releases toxin and is one of the biggest contributor for the cancer. And like we need to have consciousness among ourselves. We should have mindful lifestyle. That only can help. But as you said, we need to keep on bringing awareness, because it's not a one day, because every day new people are getting used, exposed, and addicted to these things. And because of few people with the vested interests, because of few, organizations, or I can say few industries, which are purely, in the profit making and which want to exploit the people even at the cost of their health and well-being, we see such things are happening. So it is each and everyone's responsibility, especially in media also, we see a lot of things that are happening. We should restrict, and we should have self-regulation, self-control on what is promoted and what is not promoted. Anything which is not good for the society should not be promoted and should not be recommended or should not be practiced, like smoking, drinking, and drug abuse, drug substance use, like all these narcotic drugs and whatever it is harmful for the society. Knowingly, every day we see how many people are drinking, how many people are smoking. And you just leave about adults, even children, school children, we see so many cases across the world, not just in India or not just at one place. And teenage pregnancies, because of, illicit and sexual relationships. And we have seen recent Supreme Court judgments also, without even marriage, people are having sex. And, that also creates a lot of unstable, unreliable relationships and lot of conflicts. And, in US and all other countries, teenage pregnancy has become a very big issue. So all these practices, see, we should have one's own consciousness, what we are doing and whatever we are doing, whether it is right or wrong. Otherwise, if we don't have that conscious lifestyle, conscious behaviors among ourselves, then it is very difficult. We should always exercise our self-control, self-regulation. That can help us to, lead a right path and right way. Otherwise, if we want someone else to come and, guide us, control us, regulate us, then that will be always not a good thing. we truly, even in India, like especially in Indian context, we believe in self-regulation and self-control. We don't want to be controlled by someone. That is always promoted by our dharma. That is our universal duty towards ourselves and towards others, to treat everyone with respect and dignity. So all these, morals or ethical aspects of individuals or society has to be understood and taken care so that we can prevent all these. So we all need to come together and exercise, as already mentioned. This platform is open every day. The joining link is same. You all can join and share your knowledge. There is no limit for sharing. Everyone can join, as a participant, as a resource person, or if your organization want to organize some programs, you can contact us. We can extend our technical support. And if you want some speakers or resource persons, we have so many volunteers like who are joining even today also as a participant, as a resource person, and everyone is coming together to contribute. So in this way, we all together. There is a platform here, international platform, and we have resources here. And if you want for your organization or your school, your college, we are extending to everyone. So you can come forward and put a proposal to us, and we will be happy to associate in organizing events or programs online as of now, because we are also having limited time constraint, resource constraints. We are majorly focusing, online, so that everyone internationally can access it and join. And offline programs also we have regularly, but within our reach only we are doing, because that needs altogether a different setup. And so parallelly, both online and offline are happening. And online we can extend to any country. See, there are many speakers, presenters joining from different countries, and we are collaborating with various organizations like United Nations, World Health Organization, and the UN members, and other international and national NGOs, and also with academic institutions. So we don't take any single piece from any organization. So we truly believe in giving back to society. So whoever is coming on this platform is truly coming, should be coming only to give back to society. So we don't charge anything, we don't give anything. Because whoever has the kind heart to share and contribute, they are coming, joining this platform, and they are contributing as a participant, as a presenter, as a collaborator, and they are doing their part. So we invite every one of you to come, put your efforts in whatever you are doing. So as you rightly said, we all have limited opportunities. So you can use this platform in the right sense. As per the guidelines, you can, if you have some requirements, let us know. We will offer you as part of our individual social responsibility, because we all are volunteers here who are, we are their doctors, professors, and, teachers, and also we have bureaucrats like IPS, IFs, officers, and all. We are a team of professionals. Every day we volunteer whenever we can, and we are running this. And it is also recognized as the world's largest free daily series that is happening. And we have also conducted, daily series like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav every day. It's not that one day since the program has been launched. Since that, and we are doing commemorations, and every day say we are working on sustainable development. That's why, every day we have different commemorations, where on every day we have an occasion that is related to one or other aspect of sustainable development, where we invite you, everyone. You also keep sharing. Don't expect anything. You join and happily listen for 1 or 2 hours, and you also contribute as a resource person, as a presenter, as a panelist, and you also share the information, invite people to join. And as this is our platform, not my platform, not your platform, it is our platform. So we all need to be disciplined and following the rules and regulations. We can utilize this platform for the good, serving back to society. So hope you can visit our website. You can see, it is clearly stated we don't take funds from anyone. So not even from government, not even from private, or no individuals. We don't charge anything, because we are, committed, dedicated to truly give back to society, and everyone should get an opportunity. And we truly believe in leaving no one behind. That is the motive. That is the vision and mission of our organization, and these programs to encourage most of us. Most of the generations are coming from families which they are the first one to reach schooling, reach intermediate, reach UG, PG programs, or doctoral programs, or research programs. They do not get opportunities easily, and that is where we started this platform, so that everyone gets an opportunity. So we are not judging here based, though we have presenters from students, school students, to emeritus professors, highly qualified practitioners, everyone coming. It's all about, if you have a will, if you have a heart to contribute, then you are part of this program. So nothing is stopping you, only your will, your heart, your willing heart to contribute, that should bring you here and share the information to everyone. So as it is not just our responsibility, my responsibility, or your responsibility, it's responsibility of everyone to come forward and volunteer, and also, help reaching more people. So with this, you can go and, find further information on the website every day from 6 o'clock, half an hour here or there. We are having sessions. So every day you can join. Don't, expect anything, as I'm saying, because we are giving back to society. So don't think if only I get certificate, I will attend, or if I get something, I will attend, or I will make presentation. Forget about all those things. They will follow, as per the guidelines. There is minimum attendance and formalities, registration, and, feedback, and all those things are there. There is a system placed here, and we all have to follow that system, so that, we have proper documentation, and everything is recorded when required. uh, so we all have to be disciplined in the very first sense. Otherwise, we don't have that kind of support. With limited resources, we all have to manage other things along with this. So the more organized, more disciplined we are, we'll be able to get more benefits, and we will also able to extend more benefits to the society. So keeping in that mind, I invite everyone, not only here, it is streamed live on YouTube, and many people are also watching on YouTube, and it is also available, the same link, where if you want to share with others. So we invite everyone, irrespective of where you are from, which field you belong to. Every topic is worthwhile discussing. Maybe it can happen on some day or other day, but everyone is eligible. Everyone can come here and present, use this opportunity, to utilize and grow personally, professionally, and also contribute to the society. So thank you, sir, for your valuable contributions. And we look forward in future also for your contributions. And if you have anything where we can contribute in the form of sharing knowledge, in the form of technical, because we don't deal with finance or money aspects. So anything academic collaboration, everyone is welcome, and technical collaboration, scientific collaboration, or research collaboration, we are welcome. We are away from finance or funding, all those things, because there are a lot of issues come over there only. And we want to, whatever we are there, our members or volunteers, our group of volunteers who are highly professional, uh, and well settled everywhere. So we are coming together, and whatever we can contribute, we'll contributing voluntarily. No one is asking us anything. Whenever there is a requirement, we don't ask anyone. We ourselves put, and we do it because we truly believe in giving back to society. And again, we should not depend on someone, because when society is giving back, we also have the responsibility, not just taking from the society, but also giving back to society. So we don't need any financial support or monetary support from anyone. We need only, technical, scientific, and academic collaborations, so that you also join. And whenever it is feasible for you, you come forward, join as a participant every day, so that everyone, whoever comes forward as a speaker, presenter, resource person, they will also be encouraged to, and you can also be one day participant, one day presenter, so that we can spread the knowledge to everyone. And of course, certificate is the last thing that happens. That is only as a token of gratitude. Certificate should not be the first criteria for anything when we are thinking about giving back to society. So thank you once again for everyone for your patient listening. So we have Manoj Mori. Yeah, Manoj. Manoj, respond. Can you hear me? We are not able to hear you. So kindly check your mics and cameras before you join the session itself, and fix it so that it is easy and we can also save some time. Yeah, anyone else would like to share? You can raise your hand. In Manoj, you need to fix up your audio. Jaya Sheila Mary. Sheila Mary?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. To all respected organizer, coordinator, and moderator and participant, I am Jayasila Mary, research scholar in the Department of Rural Industry and Management, the Gandhigram Rural Institute, deemed to University, Gandhigram, Dindigul in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, welcome, ma'am. You have something to share on this occasion, International Women's Day? Sheila Mary? Yeah, you have anything to share on this occasion? Yeah, Manoj, you can unmute. Start your video and audio. I think there is some issue with your audio. We can't hear you. No problem. If you are not able to present today, every day we have opportunity. You can join, you can request any day and you can continue or do your presentation. We also, as part of this entire month is celebrated as World Social Work Month. You can visit the website and register on any particular day and let us know and you can present on that. So anyone else would like to share? You can raise your hand, we can unmute you. Otherwise, we will end the session. So we request everyone to mark your attendance. And those who have not registered, you can register because that becomes the database in the organization for certificate verification. All certificates will contain unique certificate ID. So for in case if you need any verification. So if you don't register and properly mark your attendance, then we will not have your details so that the certificate cannot be issued or verified. So that's why we request everyone to register and also mark your attendance. Yeah, I think Swapnil, if you are available, you can raise your hand. Yes, Swapnil, you can start your video and presentation.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma. You can start your video and presentation.
Okay, sir. Please, I want to share the PPT presentation.
Okay. So I'm giving you permission, but don't close the attendance form. You just minimize it if you are seeing that so that others mark the attendance. If you see any form, just minimize that. Yeah, now you can share your PPT.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you can start sharing your PPT.
Okay.
You can also switch on your video.
Sorry, sir, actually. Sir,
Okay.
sir, are the slides visible?
Yes, but you switch on your videos also because we can take a screenshot and document it. Because we don't know who is presenting, right?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear.
So from next time onwards, you also switch on your video.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, so I am Manoj, but I have started from another account because there was a mic problem from previous account.
Okay.
Okay. So myself, Manoj Anna Sai More, I am a PhD scholar in physics from SNJB's KKH Arts, SMGL Commerce and SPJ Science College, Chandod, Maharashtra. The topic of this short talk is contribution of Indian women in the field of science. So, just a minute, sir. Okay, so actually the women have always been dominated in the patriarchal society. This can be seen, and we know that all actually patriarchal society all over the world. So in all the fields. But if we look into the history, women have always been refuting the ideologies of society according to which women are physically and mentally incapable to compete or stand with the men. From this perspective, I thought to choose the topic which shows that women have contributed in different streams of science with equal potential as that of men, and proven that women are nowhere behind the men, but possess equal competence, intelligence, and potential as that of men in all the fields. So I have highlighted, actually I didn't get too much time to prepare the PPTs, but so this is a short presentation I prepared. So I have highlighted some of the women scientists in different fields who have contributed in with equal competence as that of me. So these are the female physicists, some scientists at the pre-independence era. So Kadambini Ganguly and Anandi Gopal Joshi, who contributed in the field of medicines. So these were the first Indian female doctors of Western medicine who opened the door for women in scientific education. Actually, Anandi Gopal was from Maharashtra and Kadambini Ganguly was from Calcutta. They together for they at first they were the first female doctors of Western medicine. Actually, Anandi Gopal did a lot of struggle uh, when she was a child. She got the support of her husband, and from that she could become the doctor. So next one is. So next one, scientist was Janki Amal. She was a botanist, and her research encompasses the plant breeding and cytogenetics, means the chromosomal study, act- who worked to improve the sugarcane varieties. Next scientist was Kamala Soni. She was a pioneering scientist in biochemistry. She was the first Indian woman to receive a PhD in science. She worked on proteins and nutrition. So next one, Asima Chatterjee, who was specialized in organic chemistry, who developed plant-based drugs for malaria and epilepsy. Next one, Anna Mani, whose expertise was in physics and meteorology. She was also known as Weather Woman of India because she has developed many instruments and equipments which are useful in meteorology, and she also studied the solar radiations. Next one, Rajeshwari Chatterjee. She was an engineer. She was the first woman engineer from Karnataka. Her research encompasses microwave engineering and antenna technology. Then Aditi Pant. She was expert in oceanography. She was the first Indian woman scientist who visited Antarctica and contributed in the Indian Antarctic program. Actually, we know that how severe conditions are there in Antarctica. The temperature is below 0 degree centigrade, so it is very difficult to survive over there. So we should be mentally and physically fit over there. So her work reflects the fact that women are nowhere behind the men. They can equally work with the men also. So these are the women up in the post-independent era. So Kalpana Chawla, this is a very well-known name in space science. She was the first woman in Indian origin to travel to space with the NASA. Then Sunita Williams, very well-known name in space science. She is a NASA astronaut from Indian origin, and she stayed a long duration in space. She just last year she came from the space, and as we know that she had gone there for the 8 to 9 days only for, but due to some mishap she had to stay there for 8 to 9 months. So this reflects the fact that how mentally and physically she is capable. I mean, women are capable to withstand against such a severe conditions. Then Tessie Thomas, she was specialized in aerospace and defense. She is known as a missile woman of India because uh, actually she led the development of Agni 4 ballistic missile system. We know that the missile man of India, who is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, but we generally forget about the contribution of women. So we should commemorate such a kind of contribution from women also. She is a missile woman. Then Ritu Karidhal, she is a space engineer. She is a key scientist in ISRO's Mars orbital mission. So we must have highlighted. Actually, we have seen these ladies in that. Actually, we should commemorate such a women for their great contribution for the country. Then Muthaiya Vanita, she was a space scientist. She was a project director of Chandrayaan 2 mission. Then Nandini Harinath, she was a space scientist. She worked on navigation systems for Mars orbital mission. Then Gagandeep Kang, she was her expertise lies in virology. Her research encompasses on vaccines and infectious diseases. Then Soumya Swaminathan, she was expert in medical science. She is a global health expert and former chief scientist at WHO. Then Neena Gupta, she was a mathematician. She is a mathematician actually. Her important works, her work encompasses algebraic geometry. So with this, we can see that how women have contributed at the great extent in different fields and shows their competence in all the fields. So with this, I would like to conclude with some words that women have given a successful contribution in different streams of science, which is one of the intellectual fields. With this, they have proven their competency with the men. There is a great need to support the women who work for the society tirelessly. Actually, because if we look at into the history before 1 to 2 centuries, especially in scientific era, it was actually society, especially the men were under the impression that women are incapable to do say, intellectual work. They don't have that much sense and mental ability to contribute in science. So with this work, we can see after some centuries, I mean, in the 21st century, so we can see that women have contributed too much in the field of science. That's why I chose this topic. I'm from science field. So this was from my side. So happy Women's Day to all the women. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Hello,
congratulations,
sir.
Manoj.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So congratulations. We wish you all the success. As you have rightly pointed out, women see all the gamut of this, feminism or a women's movement. It is all started from the West and in the middle on since a Vedic period, because we all belong to, most of us belong to India. See, and our civilization is the oldest civilization, and we have Vedic period where we have oldest civilizations. We have seen many Vedic scholars who are women.
Yes, sir.
They are highly educated and they are highly revered. We have so many goddesses, and
Yes, sir.
our culture is entirely different. We always respected women, treated.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
But over a period of time, when these kingdoms, invasions, and influence of other cultures,
Yes,
and
yes.
due to vested interest of few people or few organizations, the things have changed over a period of time. Now,
Yes, sir.
our focus should be how, to ensure that the equality is implemented at policy level, program level, and also at the implementation level. And it should also become day-to-day practice. That means
Yes, sir.
a lot of social evils have come. A lot of social evils have creeped into our systems. So we need
Yes,
to
sir.
revive, go back to our roots and see where the things have gone wrong. And we need to bring back that traditional Indian knowledge system, traditional practices. See, where today the culture is like women and girls are moreover treated like a commodities. The media, how they are portraying, in the
Yes,
very
sir.
long
Absolutely.
movies and, soaps and all those things. They are just like a commodity to be used, to be, they are not exactly. And unfortunately, such things are promoted, highly encouraged. People are watching them, people are, encouraging them. What we are doing to ourselves.
Yes, it is because of the impression of Western culture, sir.
Yeah, that's what, that's why we have to be very cautious what we are adapting, what we are promoting,
Yes,
because
sir.
tomorrow that is going to affect us. And if that is promoted, see, if in movies, especially, the wide youth and the students, if, a hero or some character is seen, troubling the girl and everyone is enjoying, what the
Yes, sir.
society will do? It will also try to imitate that in the
Yes,
real
sir.
world. Now, that is creating a problem, right, in the
Yes.
society. And now, when we are, see, that's why we have to be very cautious. And we also need to send a clear message to the media also that, if this kind of content, which is, creating a wrong model or a wrong role model for the society, then definitely we should also send a message to them that this is not the right kind of things that is has to be created. And
Yes.
especially when we interact with children, many people, many students say, sir, yes, there are social message oriented movies, but entire movie of 2 hours, 2.5 hours, they are showing violence, and at the end, they are just for 5 minutes, they are showing, whatever I have done is wrong and I should not do it. Now, who is
Yes.
going to, whether, someone is going to focus on the entire 2 hours or 2.5 hours, or just going to focus on last 5 minutes?
Yes, sir.
So these kind of tactics or these kind of, things have to be avoided,
Yeah.
portraying all kinds of these things as something glory, like I already earlier also I discussed, smoking, drinking. These all are
Yes.
not good for health. Everyone knows it. And even World Health Organization, United Nations is saying, you don't get addicted to them. And again, media everywhere it is portrayed like, drinking, smoking. Can you
Yes.
just tell me one movie where there is no smoking or drinking?
Yes, sir. Absolutely right.
Now,
There is no such a movie where they have avoided
or,
this thing.
or any web series which doesn't have smoking or drinking.
Yes, sir. Actually, web series are actually very violent. They
Ah,
promote such a kind of things.
so how do we expect them? Who is responsible for that? We ourselves are creating such a nonsense and promoting them. And how we expect ourselves, or the society to be fair enough? This is the
Yes.
problem. We ourselves first, we should change. We means
Yeah.
entire,
Yes.
our mindset should change. Our
Yes.
approach should change. Then
Actually, change begins
automatically,
from ourselves first.
yeah. First, we have to stop,
Yes.
watching those kind of things, and we should
Yes.
also send a message that we don't want to watch like those things. Then
Yes.
definitely we are not watching. See, there are two conversations that are taking place, dialogues. They say that because people are watching, we are producing. And, people are saying like, because they are producing, we are watching. Now, somewhere we have to put a stop, right? So the best thing is from the consumer side itself.
Yes, sir.
There are no, see, many products, they vanish from the market. Why? Because there is no one to buy it, no one to use it. So it is our decision, collective decision we have to take. If any such things are happening, we should say that clearly. If any movie, any media, content that is showing, consumption of drugs, consumption of alcohol or smoking, we should not watch that. We should
Yes,
send a clear message. If no one watches it, what will do? Others will do. They will also not put that content, right? Now, who is
yes,
promoting that?
yes,
Consumers are only promoting, right? And we ourselves come and say, all these things are happening. We have to create awareness. And we are only supporting. And we are only talking about stopping them. And we are only talking about creating awareness. In the
yes,
first place, why to do such a wrong thing? And again, polluting, it is like, polluting water and trying to purify
yes,
it. And again, all these stupid things we are doing
yes,
consciously, knowingly. It's not that we don't know, right?
yes, right.
So now what is the solution? You tell me what you think we can do.
Actually, we can just spread out actually the awareness. That's what we can do at least from our family members
Yes, yes.
who
So,
are the children.
so the first thing is we should stop watching such things.
Yes,
And we should also create awareness that why, this is not good for society.
yes,
Of course, everyone can decide on their own, but we need to create awareness that what is good, what is wrong. Then it is
yes,
left to them. See, they like everyone has their own, you know, uh, own things, own likes and dislikes, and they have their own vested interests. Some
yes,
want to exploit something, so they encourage such things so that it is easy for them to exploit.
yes,
So some people, they are very cautious that such things should not happen. Otherwise, it will create a problem. It will create a ripple effect in the society. Now,
yes,
everyone starts imitating such behaviors, then it will become law and order problem. It will become social order problem. And again, this, non-comfort, this deviation.
actually, sir, in this case, we should take the example of Japan because elders don't do such a kind of things which should be actually which will be imitated by the children. They even
Mm.
don't. If we look at they don't speed on the roads. They don't cross the signals and all because they know that even unknowingly children look at them or see
Mm.
this, they will definitely imitate it because they don't have that much consciousness or discrimination at that age.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the actually from elders, being elders, we should avoid doing such a kind of things so that the children won't imitate such those things.
Yes. So, we should start practicing from
Yes.
our itself.
And
And
one big problem I think is the spread of social media and such violent content is mobile phones. Because from the period of lockdown, children started using, high school children started using mobile phones for their online education, right?
yeah,
So they got their smartphones and it became difficult for the parents to control them.
yeah.
So
But
that
again,
they
we need to have control over that. Otherwise, we are seeing, gadget addiction, gaming addiction, all these
yes, sir.
screen time, all these are becoming, mental health issues
Yes,
today. And lack of concentration and
yes, sir.
learning disabilities, learning difficulties, and also violence that is being promoted with this content. So
Yes,
technology
sir.
should be used for a good purpose, basically, whatever it may be. If we use it for good purpose, then definitely it will bring benefits to us and to others.
Yes,
So yes, these things are going on and on. We have a lot of daily, but still it is like people also keep asking me on the platform and otherwise offline also. Sir, you are doing so from so many years, Still, people are doing same thing. Yes, people are like every day we get an advertisement from government. Smoking is
Yes.
injurious to health.
Yes.
Again, people start smoking every day. Even on cigarette packet is there, all the
Yes.
cancer photos, and they see it is also clearly mentioned smoking is injurious to health. Again, they buy the cigarette pack. Even after seeing that, also they smoke.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
See, then what is the way out? We need to explore. And, these things like when we are talking about gender issues, especially
Yes.
it is affecting the female population more.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because when women and girls are started smoking and
Yeah.
started drinking and started consuming drugs
Yes.
and getting into, premarital or extramarital,
Yeah.
sexual relationships like teenage pregnancy.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
who is going to affect male, or a female?
Absolutely female. I mean, mostly.
Uh, because, there is that biological things are happening and teenage pregnancies.
Yes.
Even if they are using these
Yeah.
safety precautions, and again, that has its own complications. And, they are
Yes.
being exploited sexually or physically assaulted.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are happening. So we need to regulate ourselves.
Yes, sir.
It cannot be just for the fun sake or for, temporary
Yes.
benefits. We all have to be very cautious. Because
Yes.
we have something alternative or a remedy, we should not take the risk. So all these things, because you are youngsters, you need to focus on them to bring a change. You be the change maker, and
Yes.
you have to bring change so that we have a better society.
Yes,
So
sir.
good efforts from your side. You have contributed. You have taken the space science because STEM
Yes,
is
sir.
widely promoted now, even for the girls and women. Unfortunately, somehow we lost the track and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the wrong track, and we have to get back to onto the track, right track.
Yes.
So we wish you all the success. Take
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving the opportunity to present my work. Actually, I didn't get too much time. I got the message from this talk. I mean, this program very late, so I couldn't properly prepare the slides. I
that is
tried from my side.
yeah, that is also very important. See, that's what I'm sharing. Sharing is caring. Whenever we receive some
Yes,
information, we should also share now, because there is no
yes,
implication here, no registration fees.
yes,
You
sir.
can
Yes.
easily register as participant, presenter, but people also don't do that also.
Yeah, really, sir.
See, we want everyone else to do it, but not
Yeah.
us. That is problem. We don't
Yes,
want
sir.
to do, but we want everyone to do everything.
Yes, sir.
But that is, other problem that happens. So anyway, it's a nice discussion.
Yes, sir.
Because everyone is talking about that. We
Yeah.
all needs to start somewhere. That's how this platform also was started years
Yeah.
back, almost a decade back. And every day we are continuing so that every day some or other person will come utilize this opportunity and someone
Yes, sir.
will
It's a
participate.
very good initiative, sir. Actually, when I got the message, I sent it to my friends also. Actually, I don't know whether they are here or what, but it's a really good initiative from your side, sir.
Yeah, so it's all our platform. So let's use this platform to enhance and empower
Yes.
all of us, and avoid any kind of misuse. So we
Okay.
encourage you share, keep sharing, and we have upcoming conferences daily. Also programs happen. So
Okay, sir.
you can share. The joining link is same, and you can
Okay.
use the same link from 6 p.m. onwards, 6:30, depending on. Generally, we start at 6. So if some delay is there, by 6:30, we'll be starting every day. So you can join any day, and we also have special occasions. So we
Okay.
have this month. World Social Work Day. So that also have varied themes. You can also register and present, and you can also invite your friends to
Okay,
register.
sir, definitely. We will meet there.
Okay, ma'am. Congratulations once again.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So anyone else who'd like to make presentations, or anyone left out? So this is the last call. If anyone else is left out, you can share your views, observations. You can raise your hand. If there is none, then you have a lot of opportunities. Those who could not present today, or those who couldn't get time to prepare. So you have every day, almost every day we have sessions. So invite your friends, think that it is our platform. You can invite your friends, you can be resource person, and do research. This will help you to, present papers or present research work, or do some experimental studies, pilot studies. It will help you in your careers, and you can also collaborate with us. So we once again wish you all happy International Women's Day to each and everyone, and we express our gratitude for your time and efforts. So we request each and everyone to mark your attendance so that we can generate the e-certificates based on your registration and attendance. And these will be updated on the website in a week's time. The website link is already visible on the screen, and it is available in the registration form which you have filled. So in a week's time, or after a week's time, you can visit the website and download your certificates. We'll try to provide as early as possible, because we are also working. So we will take out all our volunteers here. So we will try to provide as early as possible for all those eligible, registered participants who have attended this program. The attendance form has been shared in the form of polls. There is no link. You have to directly access it from polls quizzes. It will automatically pop up. Those who have already filled need not fill it again. You can fill it only once. So if you have already submitted, no need to submit again. And you cannot see it again. You can see, but you cannot submit it again. So those who have filled can leave the platform. We are waiting for others also to submit their attendance. We'll be there for another 5 minutes, then we'll be closing the session. Yeah, Gopal?
हेलो
Yeah, hello?
हेलो
Yeah,
सर सुन पा नमस्ते
हाँ बोलिए।
नमस्कार सर
नमस्कार।
एक्चुअली सर मैं लॉ स्टूडेंट हूँ एमपी उज्जैन से। तो वुमेन डे पे सर मैं सभी माता बहनों को बधाइयाँ देता हूँ, शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। तो मेरा भी कुछ इसमें ये थोड़ा सा विचार है, रख सकता हूँ सर हिंदी में?
हाँ बोलिए,
हेलो
इंग्लिश में बोले तो अच्छा है, ठीक है, हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं।
थोड़ा हिंदी मुझे थोड़ा यही रहेगा
हाँ
सर।
ठीक है।
एक्चुअली सर जो समाज में आज आए दिन जो हत्या बलात्कार वगैरह जो हो रहे हैं, तो इसके पीछे मेन रीजन तो सर कैरेक्टर का है, चरित्र का। यदि पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को शुरू से यदि चरित्रवान होने की शिक्षा दें, चरित्र मतलब वो चरित्र के ऊपर ही ज्यादा डिपेंड्स किया जा सकता है सर। तो बच्चे क्या है कि वो आज सोशल मीडिया से इतने प्रभावित हो रहे हैं कि वो संगीत वगैरह में भी ना जाने किस प्रकार से चरित्रहीनता दिखाई जा रही है। तो इस प्रकार से क्या है कि बच्चा बिगड़ते जा रहा है और ये सोशल मीडिया से ज्यादा इसका दुष्प्रभाव हो रहा है। अपन ये नहीं कह सकते कि सोशल मीडिया ही खराब है, लेकिन एक्चुअली सर सोशल मीडिया में इस चीज को ज्यादा, जो रीलें वगैरह जो आज यूट्यूब वगैरह पर चलाई जा रही है, इससे आज का युवा पीढ़ी बहुत बिगड़ रहा है सर। तो एक्चुअली सर इस पे भी कुछ किया जाए तो ठीक है, क्योंकि आने वाली पीढ़ी की हालत खराब हो जाएगी ये सब। थैंक यू सर सो मच। थैंक यू आपको।
थैंक यू गोपाल जी। यही तो अभी देखिए रिसेंटली जो नेपाल में क्या हुआ, तो जब हम गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल करना चाह रहे थे तो ये पूरा जो बुराई हो रहा, सी ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग and people when governments or government is authority to because governments can foresee that how social media is controlling the people and manipulating their emotions, behaviors and actions. So they want because to protect the state's interest, that is nation's interest or country interest, they want to exercise some control. Then recently also they brought some regulations on social media. But people see majority are not criticizing it. Only people with vested interest who want their whims and whims to be satisfied. They are the ones who create problems, and they are the ones who say that our freedom is curbed and we don't have freedom to share and all. See, that's what we also should support government. See, there are always things that can be misused as well as used for good purpose and also bad purpose. Some things can be used to control and some things work as a regulatory mechanism. So we always need to be cautious. The best thing is we need to raise our voice whenever we need to report certain channels where the content is inappropriate. So more we are reporting. Here there is also paid reporting that happens. How this social media mafia is also working. There also we have mafia, those wantedly they try to report falsely so that the right content is removed. So that they are also a kind of social media mafia who are always on reporting, those who are doing good things. So that, these media companies are also, when there are some more people are reporting on a particular content, they just remove the content or they block the content. And we see a lot of social media also. Everyone, even social media companies also know, public also know, many content which is objectionable, which is not appropriate, they are going on viral and they don't remove them. But we see when someone posts something, they remove it. So whatever is beneficial for them, that gives more views, that generates more revenue, they are going with that. Even if it is not good for society, also they are promoting because of their, advertisements, revenue, or to make it more popular and all these things, right? So we have to be very cautious. That's why self-control, self-regulation is the best thing we can do. We need to exercise that self-control, practice that self-control, self-regulation. And as you rightly pointed out, education, proper parenting. No, we should teach ourselves. See, there will be a lot of things. We cannot control others, but we can control ourselves, right? So we need to control. There will be good things, bad things happening around us, but we should not be attracted or we should not get persuaded by the bad things that are happening, the unwanted things. We should focus ourselves on wanted things, what is good for us, and what is good for everyone. People will always be there. We cannot control everyone. Some people will always have vested interest. They will be going against the interest of others for their own benefits. So we cannot control others. So the best thing we can do is, yes, raise our voice against those and try to report them to the concerned authorities, so that at least they know that something wrong is happening, and they are also accountable. Tomorrow, if that is also that acts as a pressure, if citizens are also promoting and reporting and they are not taking action, means they will be accountable, they will become responsible. So these things are also have to be kept in mind. And parenting, yes, as many of our participants also have also expressed their concerns regarding this abuse, violence towards girls and women. We should teach who are committing these kinds of things. They are also sons or daughters of some family, right? So why they are doing such things? They also have, you know, sons and daughters in their family, right? Similarly, they also have male and female members in their family, and they are going on troubling other family members in the society. So the upbringing also, as you said, parenting, upbringing, the culture also plays a role. How the family dynamics are, their environment, whether they are getting proper guidance, orientation, or why they are doing such things. So whenever such things are happening, parents should be very strict, and they should curb these, they should prevent these, so that unwanted things don't happen. Otherwise, if they support and if they encourage their children, one day they will only suffer. We have seen so many people, those who are doing such things, they themselves fall prey for them, and their lives have been ruined. Or at the end, always, good will always prevail over evil. So all these things have to be kept in mind. But our duty we have to do without any expectations. We need to keep our efforts, keep creating awareness, and tell the people what is good and what is bad, and let them decide. And slowly, everyone, by human nature itself, we look for good things in us, and we also want good things to happen, and also to the society. Because there will be always few people with their vested interests who always try to create trouble for not only them, for others, for their own benefits. You have to be very cautious about them. See, because of very few people, few organizations only, most of the people are suffering in this world. Not everyone is like that. So we have to be very cautious who is doing that, what is being done. And if we are aware, then most of the things will be resolved, or they will disappear automatically through our actions, behaviors, so and our thoughts. So let's take this opportunity to once again recommit, so that by at least we can try some efforts by next International Women's Day. We can address most of these issues by implementing the ideas, or the discussion based on the discussions, suggestions. So if we are good by ourselves, and if we are practicing, we can have a good society, good members, citizens of the society, where we will not be having the same issues to discuss, or at least some concerns are addressed, and we don't have to discuss it again. So let's hope for the best, and wishing you all happy International Women's Day. Take care. Good night.